My co-founders told me my architectural designs were just basic drafts that didn't warrant a partnership. So, I pulled my permits and watched a $2.5 million development completely disintegrate in 2 days. Jasper and Margot had been pushing me into the shadows of our boutique design firm for 14 months. Even though I drafted the initial CAD models that put us on the map and paid the first year of our studio rent from my checking account, they acted like I was the hired help. They would take wealthy clients out for expensive dinners without an invite, later dropping vague summaries into our chat with the crucial budget numbers missing. They finalized expensive steel orders during the hours they knew I was at physical therapy. When the building inspector needed a mandatory sign-off, they forged my signature on the blueprints. At regional industry galas, they circulated promotional brochures featuring only their 2 headshots. I conceptualized the aesthetic, navigated the grueling preservation board, and personally fronted the $15,000 insurance bond. But to them, I was merely a glorified draftsman. The red flags were everywhere. I should have quit the morning they renovated the studio and assigned me a hot desk in the hallway. I should have walked the day Margot told a design magazine that the firm's aesthetic was born solely from her and Jasper's shared mind. I should have definitely left when our new junior associate asked if I was the office manager. But I stayed, grinding out blueprints late into the night. The breaking point happened on a Thursday afternoon at 2:15 p.m. We were finalizing our submission for the Mercer Block revitalization, a $2.5 million municipal contract. 5 months of exhausting drafting had gone into this, featuring a completely original sustainable structural framework I engineered from scratch. I told them I needed to present the structural integrity slides to the city council panel. Jasper didn't even look up from his tablet. He simply waved his hand and said they were having Margot do the presentation because she had a better on-camera presence for the news crew. I argued back, reminding them I spent weeks working directly with the chief city engineer to get the preliminary nod. Margot laughed, a dismissive sound. She said I was welcome to sit quietly in the back row and watch. Then Jasper met my eyes and said my technical contributions were easily replaceable. They were planning to officially reclassify me as an independent contractor once the Mercer deal was signed. Margot casually added that municipal clients buy the grand vision, not the boring math. I didn't yell. I packed my laptop and walked out into the rain. I drove straight to the Seattle Department of Construction and Inspections. 8 months prior, when Jasper couldn't be bothered to wait in line, I filed all the preliminary zoning applications and environmental impact permits strictly under my individual architectural license. The firm was merely listed as an authorized agent. I walked up to the clerk's desk and formally revoked my agency authorization, instantly canceling every pending permit attached to the Mercer Block address. Within an hour, my phone was vibrating. Margot sent 6 frantic messages. Jasper left a seething voicemail, demanding to know why the city portal showed our project as legally dead. He told me to stop throwing a tantrum because the council vote was on Monday. I turned my phone on silent and went home. Jasper cornered me at my neighborhood coffee shop the next morning, slamming his palms down and spilling my drink. He looked panicked, his polished demeanor completely shattered. He hissed that I was committing corporate sabotage. I calmly wiped up my spilled coffee and told him I simply withdrew my math since he explicitly told me it didn't matter. He frantically tried to backtrack, suddenly promising a legally binding 3-way split the second the deal was finalized. He threatened to sue me. I pulled out a printed copy of the municipal code and slid it across the table. I pointed directly at the clause stating that primary permit holders retain absolute right of revocation until ground is broken. He stared at the highlighted text, the blood draining from his face, before sprinting out of the cafe. The fallout was catastrophic. The city purged our firm from the approval queue by Friday afternoon. The developer's legal team began an audit and realized Jasper and Margot possessed 0 approved blueprint to build anything. By Sunday evening, the developer officially terminated their relationship with the firm. A week later, the developer's lead counsel reached out to me privately. They bypassed my ex-partners entirely and offered me a direct solo contract to oversee the Mercer Block build.